Now I'm fucking challenger. And if I tell you to do something in this video,
Then just do it.
Just do it!
okay, that was a joke, I'm sorry. Hey, yo! Damn, dude, I just woke up. And the first thing I do, fucking turn on my PC and start recording a video, I guess. Alright, so, today's video, it's gonna be like a Baron Lane guide video. And I'll be giving you guys 5 tips, that's going to make you become a better player, I guess. Now my number one tip, it's always going to be like having vision control. So let's say, the game started and you walk up to your lane. What do you want to do? You want to like put a vision right here in that bush. Because you're playing top lane, so you kind of want to have a vision there. Just in case, the enemy jungle tries to gank you. So you would know like, he's walking up. Now you could also like put a vision right around here, like middle of the river. That way, like, if he tries to gank you from, like, this angle right here, he can't gank you. Because you would know, like, he's coming. So what you can do, you can just fall back. Now, for my tip number 2, that would be, like, let's say, understanding your champion matchup. Now, a lot of the times, like, in my rank game, like, I see my top laners dying, like, under like, 30 seconds, or, like, under a minute. So what happens is that, like, they try to take a fight, level 1 maybe, or even level 2, and they just die. And if you're dying like under 1 minute or like 2 minutes, I don't know, like you're doing something wrong in your laning phase. Like you should not be dying to someone under a minute. There's just no way. This is where like the champion matchup comes in. So now champion matchup is basically like understanding like what every champion does for your role. So let's say I'm playing top lane, right? And I know like what every single top laners do. Now let's say I'm the Riven and that dummy target is Garen, right? So now normally Rivens, they win like level 1 fight every time. Just because their Q, they go with their Q and then the Q is pretty busted. Now Riven's win condition is like all in. So what Garen players tries to do, now you don't really counter Garen like 100% of the time. It really depends on the player. Now if the Garen player is good, what he's gonna try to do, he's gonna try to poke you, and then he's just gonna run away, right? And he's gonna keep doing that until he's level 5. And when he gets to level 5, he just all-ins, and then, So you can't really win the, like, poke game with Garen. If you damage him, right, like a little bit, he can just get back and then regen, because, like, Garen's passive, he gains, like, HP every time he's not taking damage. Now, Riven's win condition is, like, going all-in, so what I would do, I would ult, right, go into them, root them, use my full combo, right, ignite, and then try to finish them off. So understanding like your lane matchup is like big part of the game. Like it doesn't matter if you play top lane, it applies to like almost every every lane and jungle. And the best way to like improve that side, you would have to like learn every single champion in the game. Now learning all the champions might be too much work. So what I would suggest, like let's say you're a top lane main, what do you want to do? You want to like learn like every single top lane champions and what they do. That way like your laning matchup, and then you could take fights based on your knowledge. And tip number 3 would be like do not overextend. Now a lot of the people I get in my rank matches, I don't know, like they end up dying like 5 times in 5 minutes, which is like unreal, dude. Like you should not be dying 5 times. Like what the fuck are you doing? How do you die 5 times? It's not even 5 minutes into the game. And they wonder like how they're getting ganked, because they're like right around here. Look, literally. This is what they're doing. Jumping around like monkeys. Like you should not be here. Like that's way overextending. Or even right here. This is still overextending. You're hella gankable if you're staying anywhere around here. Now obviously that has a lot of stuff to do with like vision control too. Now if you know where the enemy jungle is at, then you're most likely not gonna get ganked. But like let's say you don't have any vision, so what do you wanna do? You kinda wanna stay around this area. So let me just give you an example. So let's say these visions are the line right here in between me and overextending. So what do you want to do? You kind of want to stay around this area. If you're in this area, you're most likely not going to get ganked because your lane is not gankable. So what the jungler is gonna do, they're gonna try to gank other lanes, whoever is overextending. Now for tip number 4, that is always going to be my, like rotation and having lane prio. So let's say your jungle is taking this scuttle right here. So what do you wanna do? You wanna rotate with them and help them with the scuttle. Let's say the enemy jungle tries to come and take it. He's not gonna take it because you have 2 players here and he's the only one. So having lane prio is like really important because like it puts your jungler like hella ahead. Now you don't always have to rotate. So I'm gonna give you like another example. Let's say your jungle is bottom side of the map, right? That's when you don't rotate, you stay on your lane because like obviously that's not your responsibility because they get help from mid lane, which I'm assuming mid lane is gonna rotate, and the bottom lane. So you just stay on your lane, do your thing. But like every time you see your jungle is like this side of the map, like top side, what do you wanna do? You wanna have your lane shoved. Like have all your minions pushed under their tower. That way like you can rotate and help them out. Now you can pretty much rotate for anything, let's say objective or like team fight and stuff. Let's say your team is fighting around here, like top side of the map, which is like your side of the map, right? What do you wanna do? You wanna rotate and then help them out. And let's say your teammate is taking the herald, what do you wanna do? You wanna help them with that too. Like this little stuff is so important for the game because like it can literally take you from like losing most of your games to like winning most of your games. Like I just feel like everyone should know this by default, but like if you don't, but that's also understandable because like let's say you're a new player, which is why I made this video. And for my last tip, it's gonna be like split pushing. Now split pushing as a top laner is like really good because it puts like a pressure on the enemy top laner or like the enemy team because you're constantly pushing their lane and they have to like match you on that lane. Now if you're gonna like split push and stuff, I highly recommend you guys to buy the TP because you're gonna need it eventually. Let's say you're split pushing, right, and the enemy team is doing Baron and your team is right there, right? So you can't possibly like walk up there. The enemy team is gonna take the Baron by then. So what do you wanna do? You just wanna have a TP ready and then TP into the fight. That way like you're always ready for a fight. And then you can just go back to split pushing and stuff. So to sum it up, what we basically talked about was like having vision control, rotating, having lane prio, and then not overextending and stuff. And I guess split push too. And with that being said, I'm just gonna head out and yeah, I'll just catch you guys on the next one, I guess.